We're back. Hi, I'm Dave Graveline. Welcome to another fresh ITTV update. We're just off 3 weeks of radio shows and ITTV reports on the road. First, we were in Berlin for IFA, that global show rich in tech history. Then we headed out to San Francisco for the Intel Developer Forum, where the question, "What will you make?" was the theme. If you missed any of the radio shows or the numerous videos we produced from these two events, make sure you stop by our site at IntoTomorrow.com, where you can hear each broadcast in its entirety and watch all the interviews and the highlight videos from the show floor of each event. We recently had a visit in our Miami studios from a representative of our local Microsoft store. He brought along some of the latest things they're showing off, and we wanted to share them with you. Check it out. It's always fun when you can shop for your tech and it's easy and fun to do. Well, that's what Microsoft Store is all about. Several locations all around the country. We happen to have one nearby us here near our Miami studios in a city called Aventura. Big mall there, and of course an appropriate place for the Microsoft Store. We happen to have with us on this ITTV update the store trainer for that very store, Corey Wooten. Corey, welcome into Tomorrow. How you doing?
I'm fine, sir. Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. We also had Corey starring along with Gustavo Gonzalez on this week's Into Tomorrow radio broadcast. You don't want to miss those two segments. Check it all out at IntoTomorrow.com. But we dragged in some of the cool products that he brought with them in order to show what's up and what's available at Microsoft Store. Just a small smattering of goodies, but of course, we got to start with the Microsoft Surface Pro 3. Tell me about this.
Amazing. So Surface Pro 3 is the tablet that can replace your laptop. It's very lightweight. If you hold it in your hand, we'll fold the kickstand in, place it in your hand. It's very lightweight. It weighs 1.76 pounds. It features all of the coverage, the standard ports you would use on a normal laptop. So there's a USB port, a fully functional USB 3.0 port. Underneath the kickstand, we have a micro SD card slot for plugging in expandable storage up to 64 gigabytes. We also have a display port option that goes out to a VGA or a HDMI source as well, so for connecting to TVs, monitors, or even projectors.
Very nice. And you don't see that on your average tablets, all these connection ports available. So you guys are thinking of all sorts of things. We've been saying for years on Into Tomorrow that you really can't get a tablet that's going to truly replace a laptop, but this is coming the closest we've ever seen.
It is the closest we've ever seen. This device right here runs on a Intel i3, i5, or i7 processor. It comes in 4 gig and 8 gig memory options, and in hard drive size, it starts off at 64 gigabytes and ranges all the way up to 512 gigabytes. Prices of these great devices right here are starting off at $799.
Wow, for $799 on up, depending on the processor,
depending on the price and
features and that sort of thing. And of course, you got to go with the keypad.
We brought the type cover. The type cover is backlit as well, and it magnetically snatches into the surface like so. And then you can actually pull the kickstand out right here. And then consumers can now type and be more productive. On top of just the keyboard, inside the box of the Surface comes this cool pen stylus right here. And by the click of a button, it opens up our OneNote taking software, which now allows our consumers to jot down notes.
So this is really cool. You can literally be creative, you can be productive, you can have fun with it, you can do all sorts of neat things with the stylus pen as well. One of the things we talked about on the radio show is not just paint. People are familiar with Microsoft Paint for many, many years, but fresh paint. Well, Dave is cool. All right. He even did that sideways. All right. But you can have the ability to literally finger paint now with fresh paint on the device, right?
So Fresh Paint here is an app you can download in the Windows Store app market, and it's completely free. So it doesn't charge consumers any prices at all. Let's go ahead and open up the application.
And fresh paint is the paint you want. So just don't lean against it.
Yeah,
exactly. You don't want stale paint. Yeah.
So in Fresh Paint, you see the palette that has a wide variety of colors consumers can choose from. Also, they can choose the brushes and extensions that they want to paint with. So today, we're just going to go ahead and choose the big one. My favorite color is red. That may be orange.
Now, can you do the same just with your finger as well? Apparently you can.
Completely touchscreen.
Yeah. So you can have lots of fun with doing all sorts of neat things, get creative, keep the kids busy. That's always a fun thing to be able to do as well. And these are just some of the many apps that are already included.
Correct.
on the Surface Pro 3.
The Surface Pro 3 comes fully loaded with Windows 8.1 Pro, so there's a wide variety of apps you can choose from for better productivity and just to enhance your experience. We have things like Xbox Music. We have things like OneNote, which is free across any ecosystem, whether it be Windows, iPhone, or Android as well. And then we have a wide variety of Bing apps that allow consumers to travel, make recipes, and for dinners, things like that. Also to help track calories as well as work out for fitness as well.
Yeah, very fun. So you guys are thinking of everything. And this is just the Surface Pro 3. You can also get involved with home automation, have your home become a little more of a smart home. This home kit, Insteon, is also available in the Microsoft stores.
Correct.
Control and monitor your home for your Windows phone or tablet. It'll do all sorts of things, including up to and including your thermostat, and
Correct.
turn on lights, adjust fans, do all sorts of neat stuff
Correct.
with the Insteon
So
product.
Insteon is amazing home automation system. So from their tablet or their phone, consumers can do things like turn on their lights, or turn TVs off, or fans on and off. They can also have their phone or tablet be alerted when there's a motion sensed in the house, or if the door is open or if the window is open, as well as control things like their thermostat. So for consumers on their way home and they want to set the temperature right in their household, they can actually turn the thermostat up or down as well.
Or you can turn off your gaming system, because we're seeing the Madden goodies and all sorts of Xbox things. Obviously, you can come into a store and play the Xbox too.
Correct. So actually, in most of our locations, we actually have 3 or 4 Xboxes that are live that consumers can come in and try.
And they're probably always busy.
And they're always jam-packed, yes. So currently in our stores right now, we're broadcasting Madden. Of course, it's NFL season, and those video game enthusiasts, everybody loves Madden.
Yeah.
On top of Madden, we recently released Destiny, which is made by the same developers who made our huge smash hit Halo. It's a huge online server, multiplayer. Consumers can have fun. It's a science fiction myth type of game. And it's consistently live, so you can be doing the mission, and at some random point, anybody else online can actually jump in and help you out as well. So.
Notice it says requires internet, and that's obviously what keeps it live and exciting, and all the different changes that occur with Destiny. Before we run out of time, I also want to talk about something else that a lot of folks are looking at, understandably, and that's Windows Phone in the Microsoft
Correct.
Store. There's one that's less than $100, and it's unlocked. Let's talk about this one.
No problem at all. So this is the Blue Junior. It's a recently released Windows Phone. It'll actually be available for sale online and in stores in the next coming weeks. It has an amazing 4-inch screen, a 5-megapixel camera, and like you stated earlier, Dave, it is unlocked. One of the benefits about it being unlocked for those consumers who travels or abroad a lot, they can now use their current phone as well as their international SIM card. It is dual SIM capable, so consumers can use their phone for business as well as personal.
And of course, you've got the nice assistant available too. Cortana is there doing her thing.
It does come preloaded with Windows 8.1 on there, which you get an amazing OS, but also Cortana, who is your digital personal assistant.
And she's not as nasty as Siri.
She's very friendly. She actually works for you.
She works for you. She's not making up stuff just to try to make you laugh. She's just doing the job,
No,
right?
She's very adept. She has a lot of knowledge. She's very intuitive, and she literally, whatever you ask her to do, she can do for you. Her latest thing lately has been the ability to predict NFL games.
Really?
Yes.
Predict the outcome, I'm assuming.
Of course, the outcome of the NFL games.
Ooh. Well then, let's, what do you think the Dolphins, never mind. Yeah, I got to support our local team one way or another. But the cool thing is that we're talking about a Windows 8.1 phone.
Correct.
Dual SIM, so traveling or otherwise,
Correct.
or just maybe a business number and a private
Personal
number, that kind of thing. For under $100 and unlocked.
Under $100, right.
So
Under
it'll work
$100.
on all the different carriers.
Unlock, and again, you can pick this phone up in your local Microsoft store or Microsoft store online at the end of the month.
Wow, I sound like I'm like QVC or something all of a sudden, but it's got a lot of features and it's very affordable. Lots to see at the Microsoft Store. You can visit microsoftstore.com for one nearby you. And we hope that you pop in and check out, touch and feel and play with the goodies. Stand in line so you can play with Xbox, whatever the case might be. Corey, thanks for spending a few minutes with us.
Thank you for having me, sir.
And of course, Into Tomorrow is where you get the latest in consumer tech. If you have any questions about anything we showed you or about any consumer tech anytime, call us toll-free via the Ask Dave hotline, 1-800-899-INTO. That's 800-899-4686, 24/7. And remember, you can also use our free Into Tomorrow app anytime from your mobile device. Just be sure to select the audio option so we can hear you. Don't forget to also get social with us. Check out our Facebook page and our official Twitter feed. Links to both sites, as well as our other social media pages, are on our main page at intotomorrow.com. It's time now to jump aboard our tech time machine. Chris Graveline is here to remind us of some of yesterday's achievements in the tech world with This Week in Tech History.
This week in 1895, the Berliner Grammophon Company, the first company to produce disc gramophone records, was founded in Philadelphia. In 1908, Ford put the Model T car on the market at a price of $825. In 1957, this week, the first Earth satellite was launched into space by the Soviet Union. The craft circled the Earth every 95 minutes at almost 2,000 miles per hour. Sputnik 1 fell from the sky on January 4th of 1958. This week in 1971, the first brain scan using X-ray computed tomography, or CT scan, was performed at Atkinson Morley Hospital in Wimbledon, London. And this week in 1982, Sony launched the first consumer compact disc player. That's our look back at This Week in Tech History, brought to you by IFA Berlin, the global show for consumer tech and home appliances and the official partner of the future. Get more info at ifa-berlin.com. If you don't already subscribe to our tech newsletter, you should. It's free and we send it out once a week. Stop by our main page at intotomorrow.com and put your email address in that famous red box. Click the link in that email you'll receive and that's all there is to it. You'll have the latest tech news and show info in your inbox every week.
While you're on our site, don't forget about our ongoing Support Our Troops campaign. Scroll to the bottom of the main page and click on the banner. That will take you to a page with all sorts of ways you can show your support for our men and women in the armed forces, especially these days with increased activity. Well, that'll do it for this week's ITTV update, but wait. Yep, we're back on the road again. Stay tuned to next week's show, where we'll be bringing you highlights from CEA's Innovate conference in Phoenix, Arizona. It's the big annual gathering of industry leaders where, among other things, they discuss what the future holds for the consumer tech industry. Until then, we'll catch you online at intotomorrow.com. I'm Dave Graveline.
Ford put the Model T car on the market at a price of... I'm out of practice because I haven't done this in a while.